Hello, my name is Klaus and welcome to another Mazda video. This time it will be anti-roll bars or anti-roll bar end links, sway bar end links, call them however you wanna. Google anti-roll bar links or anti-roll bar. Anti-roll bar, but this is hooked onto it, so we're gonna change it today on my car. Let me show you the tools we're gonna need. This is a 14mm nut. For Mazda 6, this is a 14mm. So I have a breaker bar with 14mm and I have an hex 5. So this is 5 hex. If this bolt spins around inside, you put the hex in here and tighten it with a smaller socket. So hex 5 and 14mm on this. Obviously we will need to remove the tires. So everything for removing the tires, jacking up the car, and you will need 2 jacks or a jack and a stand, because you will need to lift the hub a little bit up to make it easier for yourself. Now you can choose which way you wanna. I will use this jack to lift up the car and this to lift up the hub. You will need a torque wrench to torque the wheel nuts. Again, from the wheel, where is the door mirror? If you go down, right here, this lip. See, here is a double lip and it has like a joint, 2 joints. It has 2 bumps right here. You jack from that place up the car. So basically you can it's up, see, I can spin the wheel. Culprit is right here, this boy and this one. We want to clean them off with a wire brush and then spray DW40, because as you know, here is the wheel. All the water, salt, dust, dirt, everything falls on this and it rust welds together. As I don't have a brush, I'll use this in my hand and just clean it all off. So it's back to shiny metal and I can spray DW40. We can go have coffee. This is the exact reason why we sprayed 40 on. You see those threads? They have rust in there. Those are rusted threads. They both have rust jacking. So that's why we sprayed 40 and let them sit for some time. They can marinate there and we go drink some coffee, shall we? Now it's been 10 minutes. Let's try to get this off. Breaker bar, 14mm socket, and remember the thread goes that way. Against the clock is down. If we would pull it up, it would be with the clock. So, oh, that is a nice thick. Oh boy, oh boy. Many stuff is falling out. Let's see, are we just spinning this or the bolt is going? Okay, it's at least easy now. Nope, we are just spinning on the inside. So we will need, basically we will need to, it has a rust jacking basically in there. Yep, it went in. See, it's spinning with all of it. So basically now you need a 14mm wrench and put it in here so the nut starts to get loose.
Twenty minutes later.
Now, this is a really good example of the rush jacking. Can you see? You cannot get there anything. So that's the worst case scenario. And this is the way that people actually get beat. Now, if that happens to you and you round it fully off because it's rusted, and once you were pulling fully, it didn't want to come off, I'll show you a way how to remove it. So let's do this one first. So this is all loose and goose. Take time. Make sure it's fully seated in. If it's not seated in, it won't undo it. See, this is barely in there. So scrape everything out until it's fully seated in, because it can't go this far. So basically, it should go like till here, but it's going till here. Holy shit. Holy shit, it's tight. If that happens, move the jack and move the suspension up. So this should remove the tension from it. Hey, there you go. One end is out, you can see. Let me show you what you do if something like this happens. That's fully rounded. Now what we're gonna do is cut the nut right here. You cannot use the angle grinder because this is in the way. You don't want to cut in the sway bar itself. So you want to cut the nut and then with the chisel and hammer split it. And remember, safety gear. This is spinning, so use safety gear. It did not come off because these threads right here are gone, disappeared, and they were stuck. So once you round this fully off, right here, that's it. You cannot put anything there. So this spins inside. So if the nut is stuck, you need to cut it to make a relief pressure so the nut expands. Because once you hit it, the nut will start to open up slowly, and it will start to open. Then you will be able to spin the nut freely. And you see a thread, it's easier to cut this off as long as you have space with the angle grinder or anything. But the safest bet was this. Now let's go put on the new one. So let's start from the top. This is done, checked and checked. What's the torque spec for it? Good and tight. That's the torque spec for this, good and tight. So this is done, we can let this down. I made sure that the hub is aligned where the wheel would sit. So this is in geometry. Let's put the wheel on. And we are done. Enjoy and see you next one.